Papa Squat, coming at ya! Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday, the 24th of November. I just looked at my calendar to tell me. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I'm doing absolutely nothing for Thanksgiving. I think I'm going to actually, I know what I'm planning to do is to put some ribs in a crock pot and let them cook all day, and then have some yummy, yummy barbecued ribs tomorrow night. So that's my Thanksgiving. I hope you're doing something fun. I hope it doesn't involve fighting with relatives because, that's a strange stereotype of what goes on at the holidays and also happens to be true sometimes. I remember some screaming matches at the Thanksgiving table when I was younger. That was fun. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. So today we're getting to a song that I've actually had open here on my screen for quite a while from a guy named Brother Ali. And Brother Ali is interesting for a number of reasons. One that jumped out at me was he was born in Madison, Wisconsin, which is where I went to college. Love Madison, lived there for like 15 years. Fantastic town. And Brother Ali was born there, moved with his mom to Michigan for a few years, right about the time I moved to Madison, and then they moved to Minnesota. Brother Ali, if you can't tell on this tiny little picture here, is an albino, which I absolutely understand. He says he makes fun of in some places because it's usually the first thing, or it's mentioned in the very first line of what anybody ever says about him is the fact that he's an albino. And sure enough, being albino is pretty freaking rare. I actually think it's a fascinating, I hate to call it a disease, a fascinating mutation? I don't know what it would be called. I had a friend, can't say a good friend, but a friend growing up who is albino. Paul is his name. Not that that matters. In fact, his mom delivered my younger sister. They live just down the hill from me. But anyway, it's just fascinating. It affects eyesight, obviously your sensitivity to sunlight, like so many different things. It's really, really fascinating. What's interesting about this guy, he was born Jason Douglas Newman. He converted to Islam young when he was a youngster, when he was a teenager. And now goes by Ali Douglas Newman as his name, or Brother Ali. Anyway, he's done a bunch of stuff. He's appeared on Jimmy Fallon. He's appeared on Conan O'Brien's show. He's appeared in some other things. And this was, 10, 12, 15 years ago. So he's been significant for quite a while. I've never heard of him, and I've never heard his stuff. So I'm looking forward to this. And I read through some of this. Seems very interesting. Oh, he was on Maximum Fun podcast for Judge John Hodgman. I'm sure you remember him from a few years ago. And all sorts of other different things. So he's been on quite a few different television programs and has appeared in a number of different places. So you may have heard of him. This is a song by him called Uncle Sam Goddamn. One thing I should point out, he is a member of the Rhymesayers Entertainment Collective. So they produce a bunch of stuff together. This is a track by him. And let's jump in here. It's just about 5 minutes long. This is the official video off of the Rhymesayers website. And this is Uncle Sam Goddamn, Brother Ali.
The name of this song is Uncle Sam Damn. It's a show tune, but the show ain't been written for it yet. We gonna see it.
So the start of this, again, it's just so crazy, the styles of music that just gets lumped into hip-hop because they put a beat over it and some rapping. But this is absolutely like an old blues guitar or bass riff, I'm not even sure which one it is, that he's just talking over a little bit. And this song could go from this beginning to just be a blues song. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all if I heard this.
Tony Jerome and the band can maybe work it out for me. Straighten me out right quick. I like it so far, man. Yeah.
There we go.
Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and proud. Let's do the drill. Come on now. Smoke and mirrors, stripes.
Okay, I have to tell you, if I'd known this song was gonna bleep out the words of goddamn and shit, I wouldn't have played this. But let's just keep going. His voice is great. Definitely delivers the song in a way that you pick up on the fact that he is being critical. Even without the words, you would be able to tell from the tone of his voice that he is going to be laying down some truth here.
Stars stolen for the cross in the name of God. Bloodshed, genocide, rape, and fraud. Written to the pages of the law, good law. The cold continent latchkey child ran away one day and started acting foul. King of where the wild things are, daddy's proud, cause the Roman Empire done passed it down. Imported and tortured the workforce and never healed the wounds of shook.
So one thing I don't think I mentioned, he is albino, but he is Caucasian, so he's a white guy. And what I read on his Wikipedia page was he always identified more with the black kids from when he was growing up. Not because they didn't also make fun of him because he's an albino, but because the way they made fun of him was not to exclude him by making him feel like the other, but just because he was an albino and they made fun of him. I don't know the specifics, obviously, but he always felt like he identified more with black people and got along with them better because they were also judged so much by the color of their skin. And that's what he is also dealing with, I'm sure, every single day because it's such a visible thing, and I totally makes sense to me.
The curse off, now the grown-up Goliath nation holding open auditions for the part of David. Can you feel it? Nothing can save you. You question the rain, you get rushed in and chained up. Fist raised, but I must be insane, cause I can't figure single damn way to change. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and power is God. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and power is God. All must bow to the fat and lazy. The obey me, and why do they hate me? Who me? Only 2 generations away from the world's most despicable slavery trade. Pioneered so many ways to degrade a human being that it can't be changed to this day. Legacy so ingrained in the way that we think we no longer need chains to be slaves. Lord, it's a shameful display. The overseers even got raped along the way. Cause the children can't escape from the pain, and they born with the poisonous hatred in their veins. Try and separate a man from his soul. You only strengthen him and
Yeah, nothing he is saying is untrue. Absolutely spot on. All of this is correct. The fact that we have a country haven't been more serious from a leadership position of dealing with racism is absolutely disgusting and continues to be. And I completely understand. This guy has been involved in a lot of public, whatever I'm trying to say, liberal politics and trying to get the word out about issues like slavery and all the problems that have resulted from it and are still around because of it. Fascinating stuff. Obviously knows what he's talking about.
Lose your own, but shoot that if he walk near the throne. Remind him that this is my home. Now I'm gone. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and power is God. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred. Hold up, give me one right here. Hold up. You don't give money to the bums on the corner with a sign bleeding from their gums. Talking about you don't support a crackhead. What you think happens to the money from your taxes? The government's the addict. With $1 billion a week, kill brown people habit. And even if you ain't on the front line, when Master yell crunch time, you right back at it. Man, look at how you hustling backwards. At the end of the year, add up what they subtracted. 3 out of 12 months, your salary pay for that madness. Man, that's savage. What's left? Get a big ass plasma to see where they made Dan rather point the damn camera. Only approved questions get answered. Now stand your ass up for that national anthem. Welcome to the United States, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and power is God. Welcome to the United States, land of the thief.
So he doesn't have that sort of lazy delivery that a number of people that we've listened to do have. But I really like when he's rapping and he slows down some of the words to give them a little more of an impact when they finally land. Really well done and super interesting to listen to, and you absolutely pick up on it as you're listening to the song. It's really, really well. I mean, in terms of his performance, it's really well done. Great stuff.
Home of the slave, Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and power is God.
Love the sound of this music too. Very bluesy. Yeah, great stuff. Really enjoyed that a lot. I mean, the subject matter I totally agree with, for one thing. But love his delivery, love the music a lot. I just think that backing track, like all the combination of all of it is really just fantastic. It's so bluesy and so... I don't know, it just feels so good. Like, I love blues music, so that was a really good use of some of that music, and then layering in the beat with it, and then his rapping over it. Spot on. Really great stuff. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Good title for a song, Uncle Sam, goddamn. I mean, come on, that's a great name. Yeah, and you know what? America's not a perfect country, and it's also not the best country. Sorry. I don't know what is, but it's definitely not America. But I think it's because of things like this that we're not the best country. We don't examine our history and don't look at how we could make things better today for the crap we've done in the past. Nobody thinks slavery was a good thing, and if you do, you're just an awful, terrible person. Flat out, you're an awful, terrible person. There is no living person who deserves to have their freedoms taken away for absolutely no reason and forced to work for their entire lives for someone else. No, awful. And if you think slavery was a good thing, you should never listen to me or do anything near me ever again, because I hate you and you're an asshole. Great song. Don't know why I went off on that little jag, but there you go. Love it. Thank you for recommending it. Not only is it my politics 100%, it's also just a really good song in so many ways. I think this is probably also going on my favorites. I'm not 100% sure about that, though, but man, it's a good song. Thanks again, Papa Squat. Checking out. Please do like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate it very much. Have yourself a good Turkey Day weekend.